bullet of letters, has a PD, a CIB, a GSW if they are lucky, an ENT. If not, a 999, a DNR, a DOA. My brothers never call the cops on their bullet and instead pledge allegiance to their bullet with hands over their hearts and stomachs and throats. My brothers say they would die for their bullet. If my brothers die, their bullet would be lost. If my brothers die, there's no bullet to begin with. Everyone knows the bullet is for living brothers. My brothers feed their bullet the way the bulls fed Zeus, burning on a pyre, their own thigh bones wrapped in fat. My brothers take a knee, bow against the asphalt, prostrate on the concrete for their bullet. We wouldn't go so far as to call our bullet a prophet, my brothers say. But my brother's bullet is always lit like a night church. It makes my brothers holy. You could say my brother's bullet cleans them, the way red ants wash the empty white bowl of a dead coyote's eye socket. Yes, my brother's bullet cleans them, makes them ready for God. And so poetry has also been a way for me to engage with things that are happening in the world. You know, some of the police shootings and things that have happened across the country, the women who've been found dead in prisons. Like those are things that you can't ignore them. They're in you. To work them the small, ordinary things and let them feel beautiful or be beautiful. And so this was just watching somebody in my workshop eat an apple, which seems pretty normal. But it's trying to imagine, like, what if every poem I ever wrote to a brother or to a friend about someone eating an apple, what if every one of those things I treated like a love poem, I treated as something extraordinary or extraordinary? I watch her eat the apple. She twirls it in her left hand, a small red merry-go-round. According to the white oval sticker, she holds apple number 4016. I've read in some book or other of 4,015 fruits she held before this one, each equally dizzied by the heat in the tips of her fingers. She twists the stem, pulls it like the pin of a grenade, and I just know somewhere someone is sitting alone on a porch, bruised, opened up to their wet white ribs, riddled by her teeth, lucky. With her right hand she lifts the sticker from the skin. Now the apple is more naked than any apple has been since two bodies first touched the leaves of ache in the garden. Maybe her apple is Macintosh, maybe red delicious. I only know it is the color of something I dreamed, something I gave to her after being away for 10,000 nights. The apple pulses like a red bird in her hand. She is setting the red bird free, but the red bird will not go. So she pulls it to her face as if to tell it a secret. She bites, cleaving away a red wing. The red bird sings. Yes, she bites the apple, and there is music. A branch breaking, a ship undone by the shoal, a knife making love to a wound. The sweet scrape of a match lighting the lamp of her mouth. This blue world has never needed a woman to eat an apple so badly, to destroy an apple, to make the apple bone. And she does it. I watch her eat the apple, carve it to the core, and say, well, thank you guys. But I can answer any questions, you guys. I know you probably have to ask some for class, so. You know, if you have questions about the writing process, or even like, you know, publication or a book, or you know, writing about family, anything, I might not have an answer, but sometimes, you know, just the question is enough.
I was just wondering, how many siblings do you have?
We started out 11. We're 9 now, so.
That's a lot.
Yeah, so it's a really big family. So I think that's also one of the reasons why narrative and storytelling is so important. You know, like when you grow up with that many people, it's almost like we're our own little cult, my mom says. You know, like, and it's always interesting when someone brings a new partner to the house, because like my whole family immediately hates them at first, you know, and like my brothers are sizing up the guys who come through the door, and when we were younger, there were always, you know, fist fights in the front yard about things like that. But yeah, it's also, it was also interesting writing the book and having that large of a family to see all the different reactions they had, because I am writing about truthful, emotional things. And so in some ways, the brother I'm writing about is also the brother they know. So yeah, so having that big family it's like always having a perpetual conversation, even when you don't want to.
How did your two brothers that are police officers react to the book?
The poem about the catching copper? Yeah, so every time there's a police shooting that makes the news and makes the headlines, I call my brother. It's the same brother who's on the cover of my book. His name is Bellarmino. We call him Mino. So I talk with him a lot, and it's kind of a, you know, it's like a shadowy, but also it's like a flickering subject, like sometimes bright, sometimes dark, because sometimes he's frustrated with the way that he's treated as a police officer. But he also, one of the lucky things for my brother is that my brother works in a community that means something to him, that matters to him. So my brother he works on and off the reservation, so a lot of like a Latino, Mexican especially population, the native population.